Destruction in life is rarely loud or dramatic. Most people imagine that their lives will unravel because of one huge catastrophic mistake. But the truth is, the things that truly destroy our future are often quiet, almost invisible. They creep in through the smallest habits, the ones we repeat every single day without even noticing. It's these silent routines, these tiny choices that slowly shape the direction of our lives. By the time we realize the impact, years may have already slipped away. Today, let's explore how one silent habit can quietly undermine everything you hope to build. We often believe that a single, massive error will be our downfall. Maybe it's failing an exam, losing a job, or making a bad investment. But in reality, most lives don't fall apart overnight. Instead, it's the accumulation of small, seemingly harmless habits that slowly erode our potential. These habits are so subtle that we barely notice them. They don't make headlines or cause immediate pain, but over time, their impact is profound. Understanding this truth is the first step to taking control of your future. Small habits are powerful because they are repeated daily. Each time you make a choice, no matter how minor, you're casting a vote for the type of person you want to become. Over weeks, months, and years, these choices add up. The problem is we often underestimate their significance. We tell ourselves that skipping one workout or procrastinating for a day won't matter. But when these actions become patterns, they quietly shape our destiny. The silent habit is the real threat. Let's meet Adam, a young man who on the surface seemed to have everything going for him. He wasn't poor, he wasn't unintelligent, and he certainly wasn't lacking in talent. Like everyone else, Adam had dreams. He wanted to build a better life, to develop discipline, confidence, and freedom. Every night he promised himself that tomorrow would be different. Tomorrow he would finally change. But as we'll see, tomorrow always seemed just out of reach. Each night Adam made the same promise to himself. He'd say, tomorrow I'll wake up early, tomorrow I'll stop wasting time, tomorrow I'll finally focus on my life. These promises felt sincere in the moment. He truly wanted to change, but as the sun rose each morning, those promises faded into the background. The cycle of hope and disappointment began anew, quietly shaping Adam's reality. Every morning Adam's alarm would ring, and every morning he reached for his phone. Just 5 more minutes, he'd tell himself. But those 5 minutes quickly turned into 30, and 30 became an hour. Before he knew it, the entire morning had slipped away. This routine felt harmless at first, just a way to ease into the day, but over time it became a silent thief, stealing his most productive hours. First, Adam's habit of scrolling through videos and watching random content didn't seem dangerous. It was just a way to escape his thoughts and relax before starting the day. But slowly, something inside him began to change. His mind felt heavier, simple tasks became more difficult, and his focus started to disappear. The habit that once felt harmless was quietly taking a toll on his well-being. Real damage wasn't laziness, it was self-betrayal. Each time Adam ignored his goals, his mind learned a dangerous lesson: you do not mean what you say. This quiet realization began to shape his identity. He stopped trusting himself, and the gap between who he was and who he wanted to be grew wider. Self-betrayal is subtle, but its effects are deep and lasting. As days turned into months and months into years, Adam's silent habit became a core part of his identity. He started to believe that he was someone who couldn't keep promises to himself. This belief quietly influenced every area of his life, from his work to his relationships. The silent habit was no longer just a routine, it was now a part of who he was. While Adam stayed stuck in his routine, his friends moved forward. Some started businesses, others learned new skills, and many changed their lives for the better. Adam watched as the people around him grew and evolved, while he remained in the same place. The contrast between his stagnant life and their progress became more and more painful. Adam's life became a cycle of the same excuses, the same routine, and the same empty promises. Deep inside, he began to resent himself, not because he was failing, but because he knew he was capable of so much more. This inner conflict grew stronger with each passing day, making it even harder to break free from the silent habit. One evening, Adam found himself sitting alone on a bus, reflecting on his life. The weight of wasted time and broken promises pressed down on him. For the first time, he truly saw the cost of his silent habit. It wasn't just lost mornings or missed opportunities, it was the slow erosion of his confidence, discipline, and dreams. Adam realized that the true cost of his silent habit wasn't measured in hours or days, but in years. Every day he delayed change, he lost a little more of his potential. The pain of regret began to outweigh the comfort of routine. This moment of clarity was the first step toward transformation. Silent habits are dangerous because they operate below the surface. They don't demand attention or cause immediate pain. Instead, they quietly shape your beliefs, your actions, and ultimately your future. Recognizing these habits is the first step to breaking free from their grip. It's easy to ignore small habits because their effects aren't immediately obvious. We convince ourselves that one more day won't matter, that we'll start tomorrow. But these tiny decisions accumulate, quietly steering our lives in directions we never intended. The danger lies in their invisibility. Habits are formed through repetition. Each time you repeat a behavior, your brain strengthens the neural pathways associated with it. Over time, these pathways become automatic, making the habit harder to break. This is why silent habits are so powerful. They become part of your subconscious routine. Silent habits often provide comfort. Scrolling through your phone or avoiding difficult tasks feels good in the moment. But this comfort is temporary. Over time, it leads to discomfort in the form of regret, lost opportunities, and diminished self-worth. The comfort trap is a cycle that's hard to escape. The way you talk to yourself matters. When you break promises to yourself, your inner dialogue becomes negative. You start to believe that you're unreliable or incapable of change. This self-talk reinforces the silent habit, making it even harder to break free. Your habits shape your identity, and your identity shapes your habits. This loop can either work for you or against you. If you see yourself as someone who can't change, you'll continue to repeat the same behaviors, but if you start to believe in your ability to grow, your habits will begin to shift. Breaking free from a silent habit requires awareness and intention. The first step is to notice the habit and acknowledge its impact. From there, you can begin to make small changes. It's not about overhauling your entire life overnight, but about making consistent, intentional choices each day. You don't need to change everything at once. Start with one habit. Maybe it's waking up 10 minutes earlier or putting your phone away before bed. Small, manageable changes are easier to stick with and can create a ripple effect throughout your life. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust. This trust is the foundation for lasting change. Start with small commitments and follow through. Over time, your confidence will grow and the silent habit will lose its power. It's easier to replace a habit than to eliminate it. Find a positive behavior to substitute for the silent habit. For example, instead of reaching for your phone in the morning, try reading a book or going for a walk. Over time, the new habit will become just as automatic as the old one. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your habits. Make it easier to practice good habits by removing temptations and adding positive cues. For example, keep your phone out of reach in the morning or set out your workout clothes the night before. Small changes in your environment can make a big difference. Having someone to hold you accountable can make it easier to break silent habits. Share your goals with a friend or join a group with similar ambitions. Accountability creates external motivation and support, making it harder to slip back into old routines. Track your progress to stay motivated. Use a journal or an app to record your daily habits. Seeing your improvement over time can boost your confidence and help you stay on track. Progress, no matter how small, is a powerful motivator. Celebrate your small victories. Each time you resist the silent habit or make a positive choice, acknowledge your effort. These celebrations reinforce your new identity and make it easier to continue making progress. Setbacks are a normal part of change. Don't let one mistake convince you to give up. Instead, use setbacks as learning opportunities. Reflect on what triggered the old habit and adjust your approach. Persistence is key to overcoming silent habits. Change takes time. Be patient with yourself as you work to break silent habits. Progress may be slow, but every step forward counts. Remember, it's the consistent, small actions that lead to lasting transformation. Visualization is a powerful tool for change. Imagine yourself living without the silent habit. Picture the benefits: more energy, greater confidence, and a sense of accomplishment. This mental rehearsal can make it easier to take action in real life. Look to others who have overcome similar habits for inspiration. Their stories can provide valuable insights and motivation. Remember, you're not alone in your struggle. Many people have faced and conquered silent habits. Changing one habit can have a ripple effect throughout your life. As you build discipline in one area, you'll find it easier to make positive changes elsewhere. The momentum from small wins can lead to bigger transformations over time. Discipline is the foundation of success. By consistently making positive choices, you strengthen your ability to resist silent habits. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about persistence and commitment to your goals. True freedom comes from taking control of your habits. When you break free from silent routines that hold you back, you open the door to new possibilities. Freedom is not the absence of responsibility, but the ability to choose your path. As you change your habits, your identity will shift. You'll start to see yourself as someone who keeps promises, who follows through, and who is capable of growth. This new identity will support your continued progress. Regular reflection helps you stay aware of your habits and their impact. Take time each week to review your progress, celebrate your wins, and identify areas for improvement. Reflection keeps you aligned with your goals and prevents silent habits from creeping back in. Consistency is more important than intensity. It's better to make small, sustainable changes than to try to overhaul your life overnight. Consistent action, even if it's imperfect, will lead to lasting results. Your mindset determines how you approach change. A growth mindset helps you see challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. With the right mindset, breaking silent habits becomes a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Change is uncomfortable, especially at first. Embrace the discomfort as a sign that you're growing. Each time you resist the silent habit, you strengthen your ability to choose your future over temporary comfort. Breaking silent habits is a lifelong journey. There will be ups and downs, but each step forward brings you closer to the life you want. Stay committed to your growth and remember that every day is a new opportunity to make better choices. As you work to change your own habits, support others on their journey. Share your experiences, offer encouragement, and celebrate their progress. Together, we can create a culture of growth and accountability. Be kind to yourself as you work to break silent habits. Self-compassion helps you recover from setbacks and stay motivated. Remember, change is hard, but you are capable of growth and transformation. Imagine the future you want to create. Every choice you make today shapes that future. By breaking silent habits and building positive routines, you can create a life filled with purpose, confidence, and fulfillment. No matter how long you've lived with a silent habit, your story isn't over. Every day is a chance to start fresh and make new choices. The past does not define you, your actions today do. The silent habit that once threatened your future doesn't have to control you. With awareness, intention, and persistence, you can break free and build the life you truly want. Every small step counts. Your new beginning starts now.